Hi, Ben here from Tailor Designs, and today we're going to be answering a question that a lot of you have been asking, and that is, how much do trusses cost? Now, I'd love to tell you that they cost a tenner each, I'd call it a day at that, but unfortunately there is a little bit more than that to it. So the cost of your trusses is largely going to depend on the type that you require. So here we have some fairly small guys, and these probably are about a tenner a piece. But we go up to these ones here, which are attic trusses. And these can run into several hundreds of pounds per truss. Now, there are companies out there that make oak feature trusses and the like that go into the thousands per truss. But we won't worry about those today. We'll talk about what we produce here at Tailor Designs, and that's softwood trusses. So there are a couple of key variables that dictate the bulk of the cost. One could be the truss type, the span, we could be talking the pitch, and of course the quantity. So here this is a more standard truss, and you can see that the timbers are quite slim. We've got triangulation, which is the all-important factor in giving this the strength that's required to keep those timber sizes down. Over here you can see an attic truss. Straight away, you can see that we haven't got that triangulation. We haven't got a load of webs in there keeping that strength together. So you can probably already tell that these timbers are hugely thicker, wider and deeper compared to our more standard truss over there. That gives it the strength required. This is obviously forming a habitable room in there. Other than that, really the main thing that takes up the bulk of the price would be the pitch, i.e. again how tall it is. This dictates how much timber you need, and of course the quantity dictates the price also. So here in the UK, the most common sort of house type that we have is a 3-bedroom, somewhere in the region of about 70 to 90 metres squared. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut right in the middle of that. We're going to go about 80 metres squared for the examples that I'm going to show you. So here we have standard trusses, very, very much a standard roof. This is what you'd see if you go up in your loft on a house that's built any time after probably about 1980. And this is the W configuration of a Fink truss. Very standard, very much a standard affair that. And in 3D, this is something like you're going to see. And you'd be looking at somewhere in the region of about £1,500 delivered for something like that. Alternatively, using the same footprint, we can have a look at some raised tie style trusses. So exactly the same shape and size of building. Now what we've got here is just a little feature there, so it just raises that ceiling up a little bit there and gives us just a little feature that some people might want. It might be that you've got planning restriction and you can't go as high as you'd like, with a standard ceiling, so you might opt for something like this. Now this is going to be a small amount extra. You're talking somewhere in the region of about £1,720, and then we come to some attic trusses. So again, same size building that we've just been looking at, and in here, as you can see, we've actually got some living space within these frames. Now that's the key here. This is actually a fully habitable room, fully loaded up with standard residential loads for the UK. Again, on this one, what we've done, we've popped a couple of little dormer roofs in there just to give you an example, and that just continues that flat ceiling out a little bit over the stairs in this area, and it gives you a little bit more light upstairs. So for something like this, you are going to be looking at about 3 times the price. It's about £4,500 plus the VAT for this. But the benefit of this, of course, is you can probably get a couple of bedrooms and a bathroom in there. So in the grand scheme, actually, we don't feel that that's too bad an investment. So if you've got a relatively simple build, you can price that up on the website. You could even order them, and they'll be with you in around 5 days. If you've got a more complicated configuration of truss, then why don't you have a chat with us, send in your information, we'll have a chat, we'll go through it with you, and we'll get you something designed and priced.